Big Ten Nation and Ohio State fans specifically, what is up, guys? Your boy is back here with a quick video. Yesterday, breaking news, Ryan Day officially announced that Kyle McCord will be starting quarterback for Ohio State against Indiana. Here's the thing, I made a video a couple weeks ago. I expected it to be Kyle McCord. Didn't really talk about Devin Brown that much. From what I've heard since then, I really believe that Kyle McCord was starting to separate himself, but that's really not the case. I heard this was a really close battle from Ohio State sources, that this was a really close battle. And yeah, I guess Kyle McCord ended up taking it. Now, I believe Ryan Day is going to go with the experience, a guy that knows his offense, or at least should know the offense a little bit more than Devin Brown, who hasn't been with the program that long. Now, here's the thing. I do believe that there is a little bit of arrogance involved in this, and Ohio State fans are about to get mad at me for saying this, but I just believe this. Ryan Day said that Devin Brown will get some snaps against Indiana. Now, he also said that, basically, he did say that Ohio State was going to kill Indiana about a month ago, something about some bet. That's kind of a horrible thing to say. He was going to, something about a prop bet. It doesn't really matter in this instance. But, I was talking about killing Indiana. I think Indiana is one of the most underrated teams in the Big Ten. Picked 13th out of 14th. I'm telling you this right now. There are definitely more than just one team that Indiana is better than. They got a huge and an important transfer portal class, a new QB, couple running backs. Running the football had been an issue for Indiana for the past couple of seasons, but I think they'll be a little bit better, especially with a more mobile QB who has a lot of talent as well. Highly rated 4-star recruit, Taven Jackson at Tennessee, transferred to Indiana after one season. I do believe, I'm not going to make a prediction, that's for another video, but I do have Indiana covering that 31 or might be 31.5. I think that's a way too high line for this game. But back to the quarterback situation, there is none now. But Ryan Day, like I said, he did say Devin Brown was going to get some playing time in this game. Not sure if that will be true, because I do believe this is going to be closer than what people think. Now, Ohio State should win by probably 17-24. That's where I would have set the line at, probably around 24.5. Maybe 25.5, 26.5, something like that. But it is at 31.5. It's grown. Again, that's not that big of a deal. This isn't for that case of the video. But yeah, Kyle McCord, QB1, he's played. He's actually started a game, I believe it was against Tulsa, played relatively fine. Maybe had a couple bad throws, whatever. Played in the spring game. I didn't really think he looked that good, in my opinion. Had a couple it was way too inconsistent, especially with decision-making and ball placement. And here's the thing. A lot of people were on C.J. Stroud for whatever reason. He could have easily been one of the best quarterbacks in Ohio State history, maybe even being number 2. Whoever you want to put at 1, 2, or 3, go ahead. But C.J. Stroud is definitely up there in the top 3. But his ball placement was elite. The 3 best QBs last year were Bryce Young, Caleb Williams, and C.J. Stroud, in my opinion, in that order. And all 3 of those QBs had elite ball placement. C.J. Stroud potentially could have been the best. I know. Especially with, Bryce Young and his wide receivers. You compare the wide receiving core, Bryce Young had clearly the worst, but still, C.J. Stroud's ball placement was elite. I don't see that really being the thing with Kyle McCord. With the sample size that we have with him, kind of inconsistent through the air. Now here's the thing. We've only seen him a little bit, not much. But, Ohio State fans, this is your QB1. I'm hearing mixed opinions on this. About a third of Ohio State fans that I've talked to are upset. They wanted it to be Devin Brown. They believe he has more upside. I kind of agree. He's slightly bigger, slightly more mobile. I really don't know too much about his playmaking skills through the air, but I know he's a highly rated 4-star. So is Kyle McCord. But about a third of Ohio State fans are glad it's Kyle McCord. They already expected it to be. And then the other third is just going to ride with Ryan Day. So whatever he goes with, they're happy with. Ohio State fans, let me know what you guys think. Now, your first 3 weeks aren't really, I'm not gonna lie. You play at Indiana, that's your toughest, and then you play 2 terrible teams, then at Notre Dame. Notre Dame is probably going to be your second hardest game on the schedule. Notre Dame's offensive line looks absolutely awesome. And we knew that coming into this season. But also Sam Hartman played fine. I mean, again, it was to Navy, but you got to give credit where credit is due. Had 7 offensive possessions, scored on 6 of them. Really should have scored on all 7. Missed the field goal. Whatever. Sam Hartman looked really good, but how about that running backs? How about those running backs? I know the offensive line played absolutely amazing, getting about 6.5, 7 yards per carry. That's elite at all level. You can just forget about it. But Jadarian Price played well. His first carry was a touchdown. Estime played really good. Ford played really well. They're going to start to build this rushing offense, and to me, it looks like they're going to – the game plan is kind of similar to what Michigan had against Ohio State in the past 2 seasons. That is to run it down Ohio State's throat. Now, we'll see. Now, that's defensively. But offensively for Ohio State, it's going to be, Kyle McCord's first real big, giant test. It's a huge ask to go on the road against Notre Dame, who's more than likely going to be 3-0 at the time. That's going to be a really close game. I can't make my pick yet, but, man, that game looks even better now that we see Notre Dame. But yeah, Ohio State fans, let me know what you guys think. Sorry I rambled on here about Notre Dame and Indiana and whatever. I'm going to make my Indiana game prediction later today. Stay tuned for that. Ohio State fans, let me know what you guys think about Kyle McCord being QB1. Are you happy? Are you sad? Or are you just going to ride with Ryan Day? Those are literally the only 3 options that I've heard thus far. And yeah. Like I said, Kyle McCord QB1, but he should really be, whoever the QB is for Ohio State, really should be set with those RBs and those elite wide receivers. And then, an offensive line that might be a question, but with that talent, almost every offensive lineman for Ohio State is 4 or 5-star recruits. So maybe they start sluggish early on, should be good by midway through the season. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.